Yiannis Christodoulou here, 2019 European and National Triathlon Champion in my age group. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about the feature, whether you're burning carbs or fat, on the Polar GritX watch. On to the video, guys. So I've been using the Polar GritX watch for a while now and I'm very impressed by it, and I use it quite regularly. And what feature does stand out for me, and I want to know whether it's worth it and what can you learn from it, is the feature that tells you what energy systems you are using, basically. Well, whether you're burning carbs, protein or fat. So let me show you. So we're going to one of my sessions. We're going to my running session. So this is a running session here. So you get this feature here when you go into like the session on the Polar watch, on the GritX. And there's a session bit called, there's a feature called energy used. So you can see I've burnt 737 calories in an hour run, which was an easy run for me. Now, what it does say is, what I like, is that it says carbs 57%, protein 1%, and then the rest is burned by fat. So this is roughly predicting what I have burned during my run. Now, this is the same across, like whether it's cycling, open water, and I think it does it for any of the profiles that you do. So if I go into my open water one, what I should show you here is there's something slightly different here. So it tells me that carbs are 32% and protein is 0%, and I'm burning more fat at 68%. So what can you learn from this? Well, it's a useful tool. It's always important to know what your body is doing. Obviously it's not 100% accurate, but it's a good guideline that you could use to see. Now, when you're training at a slower pace than when you would do a speed session, now I shall show you a speed session hopefully on here, you'll see that you'll actually burn more fat than carbs because it's slow energy release with the fat. So that's something to show you that what you could work towards. Now I'm just going to go through one of my training sessions. I'm going to look at one of the harder sessions. Now with the harder sessions, what I can see here is that you'll see that the carbs are a lot higher than the fat level. So I'll be burning more carbs because my body wants that quick energy release. Now that's fine, but when you're in a race and you're doing that, then you could suffer or hit a wall, because the carbs just run out. So fat as an energy source is a lot better and more efficient and more sustainable. So with this watch, it's quite handy to know that when you're doing your slow or easy sessions, whether you are burning more fat than carbs. Now, I think this is quite important because apart from, obviously it's not going to be 100% accurate unless you have a lab test or at university or something like that, a run lab test, for example, you won't know what you're burning. So I went on a lab test and I found when the study that I went on that I was burning fat more than carbs eventually. So what you can learn from this is when you go on your long runs is that if you are burning more fat, then you know that you can maintain a pace at a longer intensity in the future or in races. And you'll be able to sustain it because, again, as I said, fat is a good energy source and it's more efficient and it lasts longer than carbs. So when carbs do run out, your body does shut down. So if you're using more carbs than fat, if you're with me, then what will happen is when it runs out, you won't be able to sustain that pace, and your pace will drop really quickly. So so this is quite a good, useful feature on the watch. As I said, it's not 100% accurate, but it does tell you roughly what it predicts that you're doing. So you use it as a guideline. Don't overanalyze it, just use it as a guideline. But obviously the longer, easier sessions, you are trying to teach your body to use fat as an energy source. So I just want to say thanks for watching. It was a quick video regarding this. Please like and subscribe, and thanks again.
And the champions of this age group category, Henrietta Pasapic and Yiannis Christodoulou. Christodoulou.